Hey everybody, Rich Irwin here. Today in this video we're going to talk about playing time on the cymbal, mainly in a jazz context. Now, the important thing to establish and to realize is that the most important part, the foundation of the jazz cymbal pattern lies in the quarter notes. A lot of people think it should be, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, which is cool. It's a sound, it's a feel. But generally speaking, you have to get those quarter notes to really speak. To put it into context, you have to think of the bass. What does the bass do? The bass doesn't sit there and go bip, 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 bip. It doesn't go bip, ba, bip, ba. No, it goes bong, boom, 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 or whatever, Not, doesn't do that, but so it's important to get a big round sound out of every quarter note. That sound has to kind of carry to the next. A boom, 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 boom. So every note has to have a shape, and that's very important to think about when you're playing the cymbal. Now, although when we play jazz, we're thinking of a broad range of dynamics, and I spend a lot of time in the mezzo forte to piano range, quite a bit. In this exercise, we're looking for a big, big sound. Big movement, big sound, big quarter notes. Okay, this is how it goes. You're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't know how it's coming out there on your end, but what I'm hearing is a bing, bing, bing. Every note's got an attack, kind of a development, and then a decay. And that's exactly what a bass is doing. Boom, boom, so. You're trying to get a nice shape out of every note. Okay, once you've got that down, you're going to add the skip beat in. You're going to turn it into the actual cymbal pattern. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a big movement. Keep the stick loose. That last quarter note, I almost lost the stick. That's the idea. You want to get a lot of stick out of the sound. So that exercise should be done, as slowly as possible. As slowly as comfortably possible. You want to just count triplets in your leg or whatever in your head. There's no need to use a metronome. In fact, don't use a metronome because then you won't be hearing the cymbal. That's the important part, to get that. Just really let the cymbal do its thing. Now let's speed up the exercise a bit, keeping in mind that the faster we get, the smaller the movement's going to be, the more control, and really concentrate on pushing those quarter notes. The hardest thing about playing all the quarter notes is coming down on 1 and 3. We're so used to coming down hard on 2 and 4 that bringing out 1 and 3 is going to be more difficult than you think. So really go for 1 and 3. Okay, 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you can see I'm trying my hardest to get those quarter notes out. I'm still trying after all these years to really find a way to play quarter notes properly. Okay, we'll speed it up some more. See how it goes. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So once again, quarter notes, really bring them out. I don't know if you heard, but there was a short little period where the fundamental tone of the cymbal was kind of getting away from me. So you have to, you know, reel that in a bit and control that, because that's what you don't want. You don't want it to start getting gongy and weird. Okay, you want to speed it up some more? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, as you can see, the 2 and 4 are starting to get a little heavier at this tempo. It's really hard to bring out the 1 and 3, those quarter notes at that tempo. But you know, just keep at it. I think the important thing is just to keep it in mind. You know, just really bang, 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 bang. Think of that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Let's try to leave even faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see the movement is getting quite small. I don't use a whole lot of arm at that point. I'm just kind of doing that kind of dropping the ball, diddling, 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 diddling. Okay? You don't want it to be super loud at this tempo. You know, as soon as the cymbal starts taking over, the cymbal starts playing you, so to speak, you lose all definition, the time goes out, it just becomes a big wash, which is, you know, some people play like that, and that's you know, that's an effect. But I like to keep it, you know, I like to be able to hear the stick all the time. So there you have it, playing time on the cymbal. Remember, the quarter notes have to really come out, especially on that first exercise. Bang, bang, bang. Every note's got to have its own shape, and just think of the bass. When you start getting faster, you have to reel it in a bit more. That's when you really have to think of the quarter notes, as far as I'm concerned. If you're accenting 2 and 4 too much at those up tempos, that's when the cymbal's going to start to get a little crazy, and you know, it's going to start playing you a bit. So quarter notes are the key to playing the jazz cymbal pattern. All right, I'm Rich Irwin. Thanks for watching.